The Fayetteville City Council has said yes to clearing the way for a new Ramay Junior High.
The council voted on Tuesday 5-3 to rezone the property off of College Avenue. This comes after 3 meetings and hours of public comment. Last night, around 20 people voiced support for the rezoning, arguing the current zoning does not fit the area and that a school is a better use for the property.
I think we all would agree that at the end of the day, we don't want 80 homes on this hillside because we feel so strongly about the school. It's been easy to get sidetracked from that.
Well, more than 10 others spoke against the rezoning, citing concerns about stormwater runoff, environmental impacts, and more.
It's not a green building if you remove precious habitat for buildings and ball fields.
Well, Fayetteville superintendent says the schools will be designed with efficiency and the environment in mind. He says they'll submit the project plans to the city for review and adjustments and hopes to start construction in May or June.
With the Gravette Fire Department releasing details about the funeral for Fire Chief David Orr. He passed away over the weekend. The department says a visitation will happen this Sunday, 2 to 5. The funeral will be next Monday afternoon at 2. Both will happen there at the Gravette Volleyball Gym on Dallas Street.
And Arkansas PBS is preparing for a major change, and this morning we're learning more about what this means for viewers. The Arkansas Educational Television Commission is ending its affiliation with PBS, citing ongoing financial pressures. Arkansas PBS is home to more than 70 programs, many that you'll no longer see on PBS. It's rebranding to Arkansas TV. The executive director says keeping that local focus is key to its mission. Arkansas is the first state to cut ties with PBS.
People who still want to see specific programs that they've come to know on PBS, those are still available. They just won't be available on our over-the-air broadcast. But we'll have documentaries, we'll have movies, we'll have education, we'll have all of that. It'll just be different titles.
Well, the network says it expects to officially end its affiliation with PBS by the end of June.
Investigators have released new enhanced videos of the person of interest in Saturday's deadly shooting at Brown University. The person, said to be about 5'8", was seen walking through this residential neighborhood near Brown hours before that attack. They also say the person may have been casing the area. There are more than 1,000 surveillance cameras across the university, but they're at the site of the shooting on the edge of the campus. It's an older building, so no cameras were in position to capture the shooter. Freshman Jacob Spears says he was coming out of a study session when he was shot on Saturday.
First, I was confused. But then I realized what was happening. I ran. He got me in the back. But adrenaline did me good, and I was able to get up and run.
Well, meanwhile, hundreds packed a church at the heart of campus, honoring the 2 students killed and 9 injured in this mass shooting. Well, Los Angeles officials have charged Nick Reiner in the deaths of his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner. CBS sources say the DA could seek the death penalty.
New surveillance footage shows the moment Nick Reiner was taken into custody. Michael George has some more.
New surveillance video shows Nick Reiner the night he was arrested inside a gas station and later across the street as police cars pull up and surround him. Police say he was taken into custody without incident.
This case is heartbreaking and deeply personal.
Now, Nick Reiner is behind bars and facing first-degree murder charges in the killings of his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner.
These charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. No decision at this point has been made with respect to the death penalty.
The 32-year-old is awaiting his first court appearance because he hasn't yet been medically cleared, according to his attorney.
Every single inmate goes through a medical clearance before they can be transported to court. Every one of them. Okay. And that's a process. It's just a procedural issue.
This as new details are also emerging about Nick Reiner's movements in the hours before his parents' bodies were discovered with stab wounds inside their home in the Brentwood section of Los Angeles. Sources tell CBS News that on Saturday night, the Reiners attended a Christmas party at the home of comedian Conan O'Brien, and that Rob and Nick had a loud argument. It's still unknown when the alleged knife attack occurred. Police haven't given many details on the case or what led them to Nick Reiner. He's currently being held without bond. Michael George, CBS News.
Well, a man who allegedly carried out the Bondi Beach massacre on Sunday alongside his father has been charged by Australian police with 59 offenses. On Wednesday, police said that Naveed Akram was charged with 15 counts of murder, 40 counts of attempted murder, and other charges, including committing a terroristic act. Akram was shot and taken to a hospital during the attack. His father was shot and killed by police at the scene. Police and Australia's Prime Minister say early investigations are pointing to ISIS as an inspiration behind the attack.
Well, in the Pacific Northwest, we're learning more about the first death reported in what has been a week of heavy rain and flooding. Look at this amazing video here. A man trapped underwater in his car was reported dead on Tuesday. Meanwhile, a levee in Pacific Washington breached this week, sending water rushing into nearby neighborhoods. Hundreds of homes were swamped underwater, and hundreds of residents were told to evacuate low-lying areas. Over the last week, record-breaking floods from a series of atmospheric rivers have dumped more than a foot of rain.